Okay, this is the run blocking section, the run blocking progression. What we're going to do here is we're going to step and punch. Those are two very important elements of run blocking, and we've broken it down into segments, and this is the step and punch segment. Also, when we step, we want to step in the crotch of the defender that we're blocking. We want to use our hands on the breastplate, thumbs up, elbows in, eyes in the chest area. We always say eyes because we don't want to lead with the head. We want to make sure we get a step and a punch. Not a punch and a step, but a step and a punch. Both feet on the ground when our hands make contact. You can see here, this is what the guys are doing. They're a pretty good technician in regard to this. Step and punch. A lot of young guys like to punch and then step. The next element to run blocking is step, punch, and then roll your hips. And you can see on this tape we've already evolved to step, punch, and roll your hips. All right? Now we're going the other way. The guys that were on defense are now the guys blocking. Step, punch, and roll your hips. And we're very deliberate with the step. Get both feet on the ground when our hands make contact to give us the total amount of power that we're able to use. All right, pretty good job there. Might have been overextended just a hair. Nice job. Now that guy right there stepped outside the body. I want our foot right down the middle of the guy that we're blocking. Right there, right in the crotch. Right in the crotch, that's better. Now those guys with the 90 numbers, those are tight ends, and I had them just for a segment to work on. Run blocking because in our offense, the tight ends line up as the fullback from time to time. So I have them an individual to work on things such as that. Now this is step, punch, and drive. When we drive, I want 5 good, choppy, deliberate steps. That's the way we practice in the progression. Choppy steps. All right. I want a good base, at least shoulder width apart. Those are good steps right there. Good technique. Good base. I like to get as many cleats on the ground as possible. The more you're up on your toes, chances are the more your head is forward, or vice versa. When your head goes out over your feet, you tend to get up on your toes. And I want as many cleats on the ground as possible. You won't get all 7 of them on the ground, but as many as possible. That's a good technique right there you just saw. Now, we call these ACCs. This is an abbreviation for accelerators. And this is, again, the next progression in the run blocking. We want to walk, jog, and accelerate into the blocker the last couple steps. Really accelerate. That's a good job right there. That's a young walk-on freshman. Did a pretty good job. He's got a narrow base. I'm explaining he's got the widest base, just a hair. Pretty good job right there. Elbows in, thumbs up, lead with the eyes, lead with the hands. 5 short, choppy steps. I don't like guys swinging their arms. I want to throw our hands from the holster. See that guy brought his hands back a little bit. That's a little bit of wasted motion. But that's a tailback, and normally when they're blocking, it's quarterback draw. Walk, jog, accelerate. Pretty good job. Normally when we're ISO blocking, we want to cover the guy up and give the runner a 2-way go. That's our goal. To be right down the middle. Pretty good job right there. Good job. Good technique right there. We don't want to take those big long steps because when we do that, we have a hard time changing direction. Now this is how you create pancake blocks. When you feel the defender reach for the ball carrier, you really have to bench press the guy and run your feet. That's the sensation we're trying to create right here. And all the drills that we teach, for the most part, there's a couple elements you got to keep in mind. Balance, power, and the ability to redirect. We're always talking about head and feet aligned. You need to keep your head over your feet to give yourself ultimate power. Again, you see the guy taking his hand off the blocker, simulating, trying to come off to the ball carrier. When you feel that, we really got to run our feet and accelerate. Here's another example of accelerators. Same drill we just got through watching. That's a nice job. No wasted motion in the hands. That kid's a very good technician. Walk, jog, accelerate. Didn't accelerate as much as I'd like for him to on that particular rep. You see, he had to squat instead of running his feet. Taking the next step, he squat. That's a little better. Walk, jog, accelerate. That's a pretty good job right there. Feel the hands come off. Bench press the guy and run your feet. A little wasted motion there. Swinging his hands. Throw from the hips. All right, the next progression is what we call BEO, which stands for block each other. This is a toughness drill, attitude drill, and basically both guys are blocking each other. Both guys are the blockers. It gives you the ability to let both guys block at one time. And we normally start from close proximity. You can coach hands and feet, hand placement, base. You can coach everything. You're coaching both guys. This is a great drill to coach off of tape because you can coach both guys at one time. You can also see most guys that have their hands inside and a good base. Those are the guys that normally win in this drill. Sometimes I'll create a tournament, and a tough guy tournament or a good technique tournament. The winner is eliminated. The loser is eliminated, and the winner keeps going. Also, I make the guys go to the whistle to make them get the sensation of blocking for a long time. You see that particular guy, number 36, he has a hard time using his right hand. He wants to chicken wing with the right hand, with the right arm, and use his left arm. That gets him in trouble a lot. I'll match up the fullbacks with the tailbacks. I'll put guys in tough situations because we're going to have to block some bigger and stronger guys in games. Here it is now, the same drill but from some distance. Right there, right down the middle is what I want. This particular rep, we got to work on pad level. Base is too narrow, but they're not always perfect. Got to work at it. That's why we coach. Again, you can see how you can coach up both guys at the same time on this drill. All right. Two tailbacks here. Pretty good job staying after it. Some of these lead plays, they're not always perfect, but it's just a matter of getting after it, being hard-nosed, and playing till the whistle blows. This is some footage in practice against our linebackers. Hard-nosed drill, pretty good technique there, hands inside, staying after it, knocking the guy down, pretty good technique. Now we're going to move to the running skills. A lot of different running skills, and again, the three things I'm always looking for: power, balance, and ability to redirect. This is a little head fake drill. This particular section right here, we're really working on head faking in the passing game. I think head fakes are very important. This drill, we're going to catch the ball, head fake one way, accelerate out the other way. And this happens all the time in the game. This may get you another half a foot. This may get you another couple of yards. But how many times in a game are you third and a foot? So hopefully my players will take advantage of this little drill and get that extra foot. Now this is after catching a pass out in the flat, we want to turn down the boundary as a standard. Now here comes the defender down to the outside. We want a pressure step. All right, he's coming to our outside. We want to step to the outside, snap our head to the outside, and then come inside. The important coaching points here is this. When you step, put your whole foot on the ground. Try not to put your toe on the ground. Try not to put your heel on the ground, but the whole foot. try to put it just outside the framework of the body. What you're trying to do is push yourself away from the defender, and the further your foot moves from the midline of your body, you reduce your ability to do that. So I want the foot right outside the framework of the body. All right. Now, once you put your foot right outside the framework of the body, I want to snap the head that way to make the defender move that way, which creates more space for us to the inside. Head fake, come out. All right, that's not a very good rep right there. But you can see throughout this drill, we've had some pretty good reps. Not too bad right there. Step, snap, push, and accelerate. This is the same drill from a different angle. A little different perspective, catching a flat pass with a linebacker pursuing. Scat pass, something of that nature. See that? That was a nice job with the foot just outside the framework of the body. Most of the time, by cutting this way, you're going to eliminate your chances of slipping. All right? This kid right there slipped because his plant foot was too far. His foot was way to the right. His head was way to the left. If you keep your head right over your foot, then you really reduce your chance of slipping. One thing you won't see is my guy slipping. Pretty good rep right there. All right. Now we're going to go the other way. Same drill. Now, not too bad for a 260-pound fullback. Again, right there he slipped. You can go back and rewind these tapes, but you can see anytime your plant foot is way outside the midline of your body, the chances of slipping goes way up. Nice job right there. You can tell the fullbacks from the tailbacks in this drill. Nice job. No chance of slipping, absolutely no chance of slipping when you plant with your plant foot just outside the framework of your body. This is a little read drill. The guys with their back to the running back are the blockers. The guys facing the backs are the defenders, and basically we're cutting off of the defender. The blockers never know where the ball carrier is going. Their job is to stay square and maintain contact. It's the back's job to cut off the blocker. What we want to do is when a guy steps one way, we want to step to him, plant just like we just did, and push and accelerate. Now as we progress in this drill, we'll tell the defenders they can give the back a double move. They can step one way. When the back cuts, they can step the other way, make the back cut again. We're just going to run lead steps. All right, you can see that's a pretty good rep right there. Pretty good technique. You got to get the defenders to step at the last moment, not too soon, to make the back really react. Again, you can tell the fullbacks from the tailbacks in this drill. Do that, switch, go the other way. Not too bad. Freshman. This kid right here don't know what he's doing. Pretty good rep right there. This is the same drill from a different angle. This is one drill that's a staple. In our individual periods, we do this a lot. We got a big thing here. We say bring the defenders to the blockers. All right, help create space, help set blocks. That particular drill right there at the end, the back made an improper cut. Okay, not too bad. Again, same drill, different angle. You can see we do this drill a lot. I think it's really helped us in cutting off of blockers. Just make sure when your backs do this drill to watch their plant foot, watch their heads, and make sure their head and feet are aligned. Again, anytime their feet and their head are offset, slipping is normally the result. Pretty good job right there by that kid. Take a lot of pride in having good technicians. That kid right there was bent over at the waist, out of control. Pretty good for a 260-pound fullback right there. Okay, as you can see, we're, all of our drills aren't perfect. Our guys screw the drills up. Not too bad. I didn't take on all of the good plays and put in all the good reps. They're interspersed in this drill. This is another drill. This particular drill, we got a blocker. We got a defender who's in the red shirt. We got a couple of guys